How to use Suno to create a hit song. So here's the original song that came to me. And bear in mind that I am just waking up as I'm making this track or putting down this idea. So I think I had a dream and the idea came through and I was recording it. So this is what it sounds like at whatever o'clock in the morning with a fresh music idea.
Talking about heroes.
And then that song gets put into my Reason session, and I create it with a little bit of a backing track to give me an idea of what the track would sound like. This is the actual finished version. I think I have the other one on another computer, but I uploaded that to Suno, and this is what that sounds like. So this was my Reason session. So you see I'm grabbing the melody, the chords, and some of the instrumentation. So you get that idea. And that's pretty much the main concept. I have the lyrics, I have the melody, I have the chords, I have the basic rhythm that I want to use. I also have the instrumentation. And then taking it over to Suno, I have this track that I uploaded from my Reason session. And then here's the description of what I want Suno to do. This is the prompt. And one of the things I found on another YouTube channel, actually, no, this was actually talking to ChatGPT, letting it know that I didn't like some of the pops and clicks that some of the audio stems had when I tried to stem out the product from Suno. So ChatGPT's recommendation was to add this disclaimer, add this little section right here in my prompt, which was telling Suno to basically make the tracks clear and to not have any pops or artifacts in them. And I also told Suno to keep the song structure intact and the melody and follow the same chord changes and what the BPM should be and so on. So what I got back was some interesting versions. I'll play this one for you, which was the first iteration. Decided to make this little hook on it.
I'm talking about heroes.
Now, that was some of the mistakes that Suno did. It started to add its own thing into it. Yeah, it started to add these other extra things that I wasn't really too fond of, but it got the melody right, it got the concept right. And so I did a few other iterations, as you can see, a whole bunch of them. And the finished product, of course, came out pretty good. I enjoy it. I actually like it. And I had to piece together some of the vocals from these other versions and then sort of feed it back into Suno to get a final version. And this is the one that I have in my Reason session here. And as you can see, there's a lot of pieces. Some I've taken over and brought over to the side. And if you run the session,
When you think you know who people really are, look closer. Never mind your eyes, look past what's on the promo poster.
so it's pretty well done. And one of the key things about using Suno stems inside of your DAW is that you have to make sure that you mix them properly. And you see that there's a lot of splices here. They didn't have any artifacts in there, but normally what you want to do is you want to mute any tracks where there's no audio happening. And you also want to go into your mixing session. Let's go to the mixer. Let's look at the audio, look at the vocals here, and let's go to our EQ. You see what I've done? I've taken off the low end. So you're basically mixing in a standard way and making sure that there's no errant frequencies that are affecting your mix. So that's a little bit more for what I'm showing you today, but I've added effects as well. And here's some reverb and some delay on vocals. And that's pretty much it. So using your DAW alongside of your Suno stems can actually yield some very good results. And it's just a matter of piecing it together. What I've done is I've treated it like a regular session, and I treat Suno as pretty much the drummer, the vocalist, the bass player, and they'll give me a few good takes. And what I'll do is edit those takes and piece together the best version. And that's what you got. So hopefully you enjoyed the song and hopefully you've learned something from this video. I teach this and I've taught mixing and production for many years. And this is what I teach my students, how to mix and produce. And I would recommend using Suno or any other AI music program to help train you and help give you the tools to actually learn how to mix properly inside of a DAW.